Hey people, Intro here, TVP3, Katrine and Purification Plant, blue team. It's a bunch of Tyranids. We got Gomer Pyle as a Hive Tyrant, a durable hero walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption and support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Luciano. Alongside Deathclaw, where's he gone? With a Lictor Alpha, there you are. A melee specialist, infiltrate and disrupt with powerful offense and a bit of support. And rounding off the team, Leonus with a Ravener Alpha. A Tyranids hero, great mobility, powerful offense and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon. Red team, NoSkill is a Techmarine. We will see about that, Mr. NoSkill. Starts off with a ranged bolt gun, puts out some good damage. Can also support with structures and repair. And Imperial Fists. Is this the elite scheme? Or the one that Relic released? I can never remember. But there you are. Alongside Red Crown 555 as an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. And rounding off the teams is Kwisatz Haderach with a Plague Champion. Starts off with the damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair, and this is the Death Guard elite scheme here. Luciano, the Hive Tyrant, getting himself in a bit of trouble, has to back off. Double Termagants also backing off. Was 2 versus 1 basically. Looks like Deathclaw was skulking around the mid. Not sure where the Lictor is. Oh, they are capping contested power on the east side. Leonus, the Ravener Alpha, has pushed through. Double CSM, by the way, for Haderach. Can they get this bash on this node? Tactical Marines are going to try and put pressure on the Ravener, but they're behind heavy cover there, I think. Yes, they are. And they're going to get a node bash. Gens go up just before the node drops, because once the node is down you can't put up generators, which could be risky, because if they can back off the Techmarine and attack it, they could just decap that node. Meanwhile, west side, red team pushing through. Double Termagants, crippling poison on one of them. They might have used it already. Here comes Hammer of the Witches, kills that fella. Luciano comes back in, double Termagants in tow. Plague Champion getting some stinky bolt gun fire from the flank there. And they are backed off. And it's all stemmed from a little bit of indecision from Deathclaw. They didn't fully push the mid and try to come in with a little flank. They didn't fully back up Gomer Pyle on the west side either. And it backed them up a bit there. They are pushing back through now. These double Termagants still in play. Sentinel faked the stomp there, didn't actually have the ground pound. Luciano tried to push through, but there's a heavy bolter back there, a bunch of bolter fire as well. And the Bile Spewer on the way, which can really frustrate a Hive Tyrant by slowing him down with Bilious Discharge. And red team have held the west side. I thought maybe the blue team were going to push through there at the end, but they didn't quite do it. On the east side, Warrior Brood up for Leonus. There's a Warrior Brood also for Deathclaw. Gomer Pyle goes for the Ravener Brood. Hive Tyrant already provides Synapse, which is what Warrior Broods do. So they're perhaps less likely to get them out in Tier 1. Sentinel gets a decap on the natural VP. But look at Lictor Alpha go. Messing up some scouts. Where's Hammer of the Witches, Mrs. Inquisitor? Maybe it's on cooldown. How did this power get? Oh, they got it back. And that is Leonus backing away. Deathclaw still on the prowl. They sneak off. Probably, maybe they could flesh hook one of those assault marines, but they would have just been forced off afterwards, most likely. Double CSM with Nurgle Worship behind heavy cover, but Hormagaunts are in there. Chaos Space Marines, of course, no slouch in melee combat. They're able to fight them off, but they do drop a model. Heretics looking for a fight. Nope, they're going to worship Nurgle again. They're trying to focus down the Termagants because they drop quite fast. CSM need to retreat, though. I'm not sure if Haderach could have done that much better. Maybe they could have run into melee on the Termagants, both of them, once the Hormagaunts dropped. Maybe. Or the Heretics could have broken Worship and come in and fought. But I'm not sure if they could have prevented the CSM loss, aside from just retreating them earlier. Here's Catachin Devils for Red Crown. Got some power melee, of course. Of course, dangerous to low-level heroes in melee. Luciano's safely off the field, thankfully. Ravener Brood on the way now for Deathclaw. Here they come through the mid. Ground pound is not in play. Good usage of the all-reliable grenade launcher. Though, did they go for the Lictor? They did not. Haderach could have maybe got the Lictor down on retreat. Probably not, though. They probably only would have got 1 hit each on him, if that. Barely gets out 11 hit points. Nice save then from Red Crown. Big Tyranid push through the mid, trying to avoid the Havocs, but they're covering this area quite well. They could get around the western edge, and they could Burrow Strike, of course, with the Raveners. That does commit them quite hard, and Heretics are right there. And there's a Black Grenade throw from the Plague Champion. Interestingly, does not get the grenade icon with the Bile Spewer and the Blight Grenades, which I believe has always been the case. I'm not sure if that's something that's difficult to fix for some reason, but I feel like he should have both of those icons there. Looks like they're just going to tough out that Black Grenade throw. It's a decent throw. You'll see a lot of Black Grenades recently from the old Plaguey Champion. I want to see some more Icon of Nurgles, damn it. East side power being taken. Red team did lose their VP there, decapped by this Warrior Brood. And we see some tier 2s. Gomer Pyle goes tier 2. Red Crown goes tier 2. No war gear on the Tyranid heroes. What about these fellas? We have a Master Crafted Bolt Gun. 38 piercing DPS is quite a lot in tier 1. And has that awesome high-powered shot. Scouts with a Sniper Rifle in trouble. Once they get the Sniper Rifle, they start to bleed and cost power to reinforce. So really don't want to drop models, and there goes one of them. High-powered shot has been used already by NoSkill. No war gear for the Inquisitor, and of course we've seen the Plague Champion's gear. Nurgle is very pleased. Ravenous drop a model. NoSkill can maybe push here. Submarine Tax and a Techmarine is a decent little pushing force, but those Tax have to cap that stuff back there. Sentinel still no ground pound. It's doing alright though, eh? Everyone's going tier 2 or is in tier 2. Let's see if something's queued up for Gomer Pyle. Nope, nothing was queued up. We did not see improved Synapse as well, which you would perhaps expect to see with a triple Tyranid team. Maybe that'll come later as the fights start to gravitate towards this contested VP even more than they are. No Eternal War for this CSM. Spent a bunch of power on the Plague Champion. There's a good Black Grenade throw. Plague Champion may not make it out. These guys need to stop and shoot him, and I think they would have killed him. Raveners, I think, could have got that kill for Gomer Pyle. Inquisitor. Inferno Pistol on the way for them. Inquisitor almost level 2. NoSkill, the last player to go tier 2. They did spend on that Sniper Rifle. You can see what looks like a pathetic DPS number there. 13.85 is because all of that DPS is delivered in one big burst, which is generally what you want. You want things to die quickly before they can retreat or react. Sneaky Stormtroopers there for Red Crown. Luciano, the Hive Tyrant, is not happy with all these Stormtroopers hanging around. What are they up to now? They found some Guardsmen on the power. There's Deathclaw's Lictor Alpha 2. They might be going through for the natural VP again. And they need to, I think. I think they need to kind of make that their focus. Just harass the hell out of that natural VP, get Lone Hunter up, and a Death Leap. Or Deadly Jump, rather. Looks like Synapse Aura for damage is in. That awesome purple Synapse we have these days makes it very clear. Love to see it. Lictor Alpha is indeed decapping under infiltration. Oh, they have stuff. Corrosive Claws is up, and they've got Pheromone, not Lone Hunter then. Maybe they are looking to support the Lictor Alpha with the pushes a bit more, and they can Pheromone up the stuff. On the east side, Turret still a problem for Leonus. Ravener Brood Burrow striked back, but then they were faced with the Submarines and stuff. They thought maybe we'll get out of here, lads. West side is red, turning blue. Havocs are going to get Burrow Strike. There we go. Heretics are not close enough to help them. There it is. Little bit slow to react there. Haderach. Heretics dropping models. CSM did not drop a model. Plague Champion also gets out. And here we have a Chaos Dreadnought with that bloated Nurgle stomach Got an auto cannon, good damage to all targets. Underslung heavy bolter, twin linked or combied. And we have the big old close combat claw on that guy too. Inferno pistol doing its thing. Good damage to all targets from close range. And you get the awesome judgment ability, which usually makes stuff just leave. See the remains of the sentinel there, by the way. Probably died just after I said it was doing well. So I think it was on that VP decapping it, wasn't it? Double zone throats here for Gomer Pyle into Venom Brood, which is fun. Needs to respond to this Dreadnought. And, oh, Venom Brood dropped in for Deathclaw as well. These Venom cannons they come with by default are powerful anti-vehicle weapons. Took chunks out of that Dreadnought already. Very brave guardsman trying to steal the VP off the blue Tyranid team. And Leonus wasn't happy with it. Tier 3 for Red Crown. Dreadnought up for NoSkill. Starts off as a close combat walker with a wrist-mounted flamer. Splash damage, melee defense, melee resistance I should say as well. Chaos Dread gets a lesser form of melee resistance, which is nice for him. Big Tyranid push here, potentially. On this west side, that's a massive push. It's a 2v2 fight, but one of those two seems much larger than the other. Burrow striking Raveners. Dreadnought's getting low. Dreadnought needs to just back away, I think. They're trying to keep it in play to do as much as it can. But there's Venom Brood around and double zone throats that can use Focus Warp Blast. And here comes a Warrior Brood with heavy melee weapons. Turret goes up. It is up. It might not last very long there. Here comes a Dreadnought though from NoSkill coming to the west side. Dreadnought is being repaired by the Plague Champion and now is smacking that Warrior Brood down. If it was actually put in melee stance there, I think it would have killed those warriors. Nice assist here from NoSkill. Very, very good assist. I thought they were going to get overrun, but suddenly there was an Assault Marine squad, a Dreadnought, Techmarine that's leveling up, level 3 now. And they hold. Well, the VP was decapped, but they're going to get it back. Inquisitor hits level 3. What about the Plague Champion, level 2? Hive Tyrant still level 1. Level 1 Lictor and a level 1 Ravener. They've struggled to level so far. Can be certainly difficult to kill Marines. But I think they've torn through a decent amount of Imperial Guardsmen and stuff. Killed a Sentinel. Weren't able to get those levels, eh? Plasma Cannon on the way for NoSkill. I wonder if that's just going to go to the west side too. Tier 3s for Gomer Pyle and Leonus. Red Crown might be, whoops, saving up for a big old super heavy tank. We shall see. NoSkill getting that Dreadnought repaired up. CSM barely getting out of there. They did get the VP though. Inquisitor off the field, might see a big push through the mid. NoSkill senses it, backing off through the mid now. Lictor Alpha's down. Sniper's able to get shots. Need to choose their targets though. It's much more valuable for them to be firing upon warriors and Raveners rather than Termagants, I think. Although that's debatable, because they might be able to kill a Termagant per shot. Maybe that's enough value right there. Those skills, Techmarine drops. Nice shotgun blast from the Catachans. Dreadnought did use Emperor's Fist there, but I don't think it hit. Now that Wrist Flamer's doing some good work. Hey, what's going on the western edge? Nurgle Shrine over there. Turret is still up. There's Havocs as well. Dreadnought needs repairs. Both of them need repairs. This might be a good time for NoSkill to drop Blessing of the Omniscient. Actually, that Dreadnought's going to go, I think. Down it goes. They ran it into a whole bunch of trouble. We now have Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines. The Inferno bolts they get are superb at tearing through heavy infantry, which is what Venom Broods and Warrior Broods are. Try and get those Synapse backlashes going. Just good anti-infantry weapons in general as well. Also anti-hero. They do quite well. A Leman Russ tank it is for Red Crown with some more guardsmen to help repair it. 261 to 384. Tier 3s all round then. Where did the plasma cannon go in the end? Oh, it's just moving now. We have an Executioner Leman Russ. Going to be fantastic against these massive blobs of infantry that the blue team have now. Not quite as good against the Carnifexes, but it can still do work for you. I'm not sure why it's not firing on this capillary tower here. Maybe? Oh, there we go. The las cannon did it. The executioner did not want to fire on that thing. Red team get the west side back. They have 115 or so VP lead as well. Luciano, the Hive Tyrant, has got Crushing Claws and Bonded Exoskeleton on the way. There's a Noxious Cloud though. Ouch. And those double Marco Zinch CSM tearing through the Warrior Brood. That was rough for Gomer Pyle. Back to the mid. Plasma Cannon gets a good shot. There's some Vanguard veterans now with power weapons. Thunderhammer, Power Sword, and a Lightning Claw, I believe it is. They're fighting a Warrior Brood, but Hormagaunts alongside them. And that Warrior Brood is providing melee Synapse. What is this? A Venerable? It's a Venerable Dreadnought, I think, from NoSkill. Now the most skillful ever. This guy. Unique melee walker for the Techmarine. Tons of health, and it can charge. Also just has more basic stats than a Dreadnought, more damage, and it has a, I think it has a better inspiration too. He's awesome. Typically, especially in a 3v3, you want to use that charge to get out of trouble. It's a great thing for a Dreadnought to have. I wonder if it's possible that one day we'll see a ranged weapon upgrade for that guy. Gomer Pyle, still level 1, can now use invulnerability though. Inquisitor just hit 5. Inquisitor has no other war gear. We might see some Excruciators or Purgatus later. They probably want to get another tank up if they can. Here's a Carnifex with a Venom Cannon, which is a big old anti-vehicle weapon with good range. And that thing has more health than a Leman Russ. Oh, there's another Leman Russ. They have one. This one's going to be a Vanquisher to try and shoot down the large targets. The big old monstrous fellas. Carnifex needs to be careful here and not get drawn into a big chase and overextend. And overextend a bit more with the Venom Brood because you can retreat them. Yeah, pour a bit more damage on and then run off. Make those guys repair a bit more. How many? Yeah, they might want more repair stuff going on to repair more. Stormtroopers trying to sneak through the mid. Get a decap or just see what's going on. There's a capillary tower going up. Infestation Global from Leonus. Providing buffs to nearby... Oh, they're just going to grenade it. To nearby Tyranids like speed and defensive bonuses. On the west side... Oh, hey. Mark of Horn Dreadnought now for Haderach. Getting really messed up by the double Venom Brood... double Zonethropes and the Venom Brood there. Alright. 152 to 375. Still the 2-1 for red. Blue team struggling to get their big beasties up, eh? Gomer Pyle, what you waiting for, buddy? They're waiting for a Swarm Lord, I suppose. Deathclaw needs some more requisition. They both have... Oh, Deathclaw has a huge army taking up a bunch of upkeep. Pushing in. It's a very difficult place to come though, because you're getting suppressed by the Nurgle Shrine and by the turret. Not to mention all those Mark of Zinch Dreadnought, Mark of Zinch CSM fellas there. Time for a Bioplasma, I think. Here it comes. It's a good hit. Really good hit. Got the Mark of Zinch fellas out there. Here comes Luciano, the Hive Tyrant. He's pissed. Gonna tear through this turret, putting up the invulnerability shield, which lasts 7 or 8 seconds, I think. Carnifex taking huge amounts of damage here from these Leman Russes. Might go down, actually. That Zoanthrope also needs to run. The Carnifex did indeed go down. Tyranno formation. Is that to get rid of the... Oh, wow. Took the Guardsman out. Can they get one of these Leman Russ? They can. Venerable trying to tie up the Venom Brood. Gets it done. Has the Dark Age of technology up. Pretty nice. More health and better inspiration still. Vanguard should be going after that Venom Brood there. They're trying to kill retreating stuff. So here comes another Leman Russ. And it's going Vanquisher. Like the other one that survived is. Whirlwind is up for NoSkill. Another Carnifex on the way. Gomer Pyle. Oh, Land Raider Phobos as well is up. 125338. Red team should be able to take back the west side. And get that 2-1 ticking down again. This is really tough nut to crack now. Double Leman Russes and the Phobos. I'm not sure if a Carnifex is going to survive that fight if they're all involved. Whereas the repair support makes it easier for the Imperial Guard and the Chaos fellas to survive that engagement, I think. We shall see. Autocannon on the field for Haderach. Awesome weapon. Good damage to all targets. You need to be careful with these Carnifex. They are both Venom Cannons. If they can both hit the Bioplasma on the same tank and then try to focus it down, that will do a lot of work. There's some repairs. Surprised I haven't seen a single Blessing of the Omnissiah from NoSkill. Look how much damage the Phobos is taking. Those Zone Throats pack a punch with that Focus Warp Blast that they do. Trying to push up. Plasma Cannon. Kills some Bormagaunts, I think. Luciano takes the VP using Vulnerability. Well, it gets a decap. Not sure if Gomer Pyle is going to keep them there. Is it worth chucking a Blight Grenade on him? Might be. Decent Bioplasma hit. 93-331. Blue team kind of run out of time here. Phobos comes forward again. Needs some repairs really badly. Plague Champion can help maybe. Where's the Blessing of the Omnissiah? Is it up? It's not up. 93-331. NoSkill. Maybe they want Terminators and that's why they're not using it. Which is fair enough. Terminators are pretty good. But so is having your vehicles safe and not needing micromanaged repairing. Is that a Techmarine mine over there? I guess it would have to be, eh? From Artificer. Big retreat. I think the Tyranids need to stack up on the west side and push. Because at the moment it's only the Chaos stuff here. Well, they kind of are. 4 Carnifexes here now. Are they all Venom Cannons? They are all Venom Cannons. That is a lot of anti-vehicle damage. And they have Venom Brood still, don't they? There's only one Venom Brood. There's also the Zone Throats. This is nuke bait right here. Anyone nuke it? Red Crown could, I think. Bioplasma. Black Grenade goes in that massive blob of stuff. Can the Tyranids hold? There is the rocket run. Was a little bit late. Was trying to get those retreating units, I think. Didn't end up being that great. Can they get the Leman Russ? They can. Nice shot with the Bioplasma. Yeah, I don't think Gomer Pyle can finish that. There's a Tyrant formation trying to finish off the Phobos. Can the Tyrant formation do it? That was smart there from Haderach. You saw once the central spire came up, which is the first spire, they moved back to the center, because then all the others will go around the edge of it. Another Tyrant formation forces the Leman Russ forward. Takes a bunch of shots, did the same thing though, went back to the mid. Although it went a bit far, it could have got hit on the edge there. 93-331. Vanguard veterans leave the Termagants alone. These Tyrant formation towers, by the way, also buff surrounding Tyranids. It's a very strong temporary buff, I think, and then they permanently buff you afterwards for a little, but not as strong of a buff. Can they get this VP? Whirlwind is making it hard. Plasma Cannon's making it hard. They're trying to get rid of it. 93-331. Stone Guard veterans on the field now for NoSkill, using their Hellfire acid rounds. They're really trying to get it. Hive Tyrant level 3 now. I mean, maybe they should have got a Venom Cannon as well, eh? Warrior Brood flee. Yeah, blue team took some hits there, but it was all kind of low-level infantry stuff, I think. Deathclaw with another Carnifex on the way. Nope, cancels it. Wants a Swarm Lord, I guess. They're going to get the Phobos. They get the Phobos. And now these guys need to be careful. Carnifex needs to back the hell away here. Autocannon is shooting at Luciano Hive Tyrant. Should have been shooting at the Carnifex, I think. 93 to 331 on the VPs. Haderach now with a Chaos Predator on the way. Perhaps Markov Zinch to help with these Carnifexes. There's the 2-1 for red. They might have done enough right there, because blue team with 2 heroes down. It's very difficult for the Hive Tyrant to get to them for a revive. They're all over here. Can red team hold this west side? Great unclean one on the way for Haderach. They cancelled the tank. Venerable Dreadnought ready to defend though. Big Emperor's Fist there. Vanguard Veteran's gonna fight. There we go. Oh, they got a Lehman Russ. Or was that the Whirlwind? That was the Whirlwind going down, I think, yeah. 75, 331. 2-1 now for the blue team. They got the west side back. That's a lot of Carnifexes. Oh, it's 2. It's 2 Carnifexes. I thought I saw 4 there for some reason. Getting double vision. And that guy's going to go down, I think. Vanguard, Sternguard Veterans there with their Vengeance rounds. Vanguard Veterans with the Power Fist. And down it goes, down to a single Carnifex now. Swarmlord on the way, but Gomer Pyle is basically spent getting that VP back there. Here comes another Whirlwind for NoSkill, another Lehman Russ. Great Unclean One's going to hit the field soon as well. To make it very difficult for infantry to cap the west side when he's about. 1-1. Blue team, sorry, red team taking the west side back though. And I think they've done enough. Surely they've done enough. Oh, Sneaky Ravener trying to be sneaky, but there's that Mark of Khorne Dreadnought hanging back here. Oh, there's a turret as well from NoSkill. Swarm Lord says Red Crown, having spotted the big fella. Super unit for Tyranids. Powerful combatant with some good support, provides a speed and reinforcement synapse. So all this stuff is speed boosted. And yes, it does speed boost Carnifexes too. But look at that, Gomer Pyle's on the VP. They're not giving up, the blue team. Swarmlord almost went down. Oh, they got a relay beacon up here. Cool. I don't think I noticed that. But I definitely didn't. Lehman Russ survives. Maybe. Venom Brood able to get shots in. But not that much. West side. Oh, Great Unclean One said no to Luciano. They got away though. They're alright. Now they have a warp field. Even more shielding. 59, 304 on the VPs. Great Unclean One under Nurgle Worship, healing up nice and fast. Neurothrope on the way for Deathclaw. There's the 2-1 again. I always think they're out of it, and then they grab that west side back briefly. Those guys protecting the VP here. Plague Champion, now with the Plague Fist, Armor of Pestilence, and Mucus Discharge. Basically a build to cap VPs here. What was that hit? I don't know what that was. Oh, it was a mortar shell. They got level 4 artillery spotters here. Pretty cool. 36 to 304. Luciano taking huge amounts of damage. What is this? Sneaky stormtroopers, look. They might be able to get a D-cat, maybe. Nope, they're spotted by the warrior brood. Of course they are. And they're out of there. 22 to 304. Now look at the state of this west side. It's a mess. That might have been a mistake from Haderach. I'm not sure why they put the Pestilence Strike there if they don't need to cap themselves. Uh-oh. Luciano retreated into an Imperial Abyss. And there is an orbital bombardment as well. GG indeed. Red team going to take it with a 2-1 at the end. Seemed a lot closer than a 300 VP difference. Sometimes VPs don't tell the whole story, eh? We had a level 3 Hive Tyrant. A level 1 Lictor Alpha was down for a while there. And a level 4 Ravener Alpha did have reinforced chitin at the end. Level 7 Techmarine definitely had some skill. He's lying to you. Red Crown was level 8 with the Inquisitor. Had that Purgatus at the end. And the Plague Champion made Nurgle very, very pleased with lots of stinky stuff. Was level 5. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.